this is Becky, and Becky has just come to the end of her 16-week program with us at Supermom's VIP. So, Becky, what was your big problem before you joined Woman Strong Supermom's VIP?
I would say my biggest problem was definitely anxiety. So I got myself into such a rubbish place, obviously with personal issues, and I just never felt like I would have any time to have a break, or obviously being a single parent as well, that's been tough, and it was always putting them first, making sure that they're happy, and I kind of let myself go and it just piled on the weight. Then I obviously started feeling depressed about how I looked and how I felt, and just never wanting to do anything, never wanting to go out, because I always felt that I was going to be conscious of what other people thought. And especially people say, who I've known for years, if they maybe walk past me in the street and they kind of judge and say, God blimey, she's put on a hell of a lot of weight. Or I just didn't feel like, and I think I always compared myself to how I looked when I was at dance college. And I've had 2 kids, and no, I'm never going to go back to that figure ever. So I just ended up getting into a place where I just felt really lost. Yeah. And I just needed help.
Okay. And so that initially was your big decision why you joined us?
Yes. Yeah, definitely.
Okay. And what 3 big results did you achieve in the last 16 weeks with Supermom's VIP?
I would say the biggest one is my mindset, 100%. Yeah. Like the positivity, the time that I'm giving myself, which I've never done. And it wasn't a sense that I didn't think that I deserved it. It was just because I never thought that if I gave myself that time, then I'd feel bad on the kids, or I just felt I would just constantly be guilty if I had given myself that time. So that's a big one, is my mindset, making sure that I've got to be happy to make sure that my family's happy. So I'd say that's the biggest one. And then obviously how much weight I've actually lost.
Yes. You happy to share, Becky?
That's just nuts.
Yes, come on, tell us.
Absolutely nuts. Yeah, like insane. And I never in a million years thought that I would lose as much as I have in the space of, like, in the amount of time that I have.
Yeah. How much did you lose in the year up until this point?
I think it said on Trainerize 40 pounds.
Absolutely amazing, Becky. Off the scale.
I can't believe it. I know.
Amazing.
It literally popped up on Monday. It was when I put the weigh-in in. I was just like, what?
So that's 40 pounds in 16 weeks. You need to just keep saying that to yourself. That is awesome.
I know. It was crazy.
Yeah.
And then I would say the other one is how fit I'm feeling.
Yeah.
So obviously going on my walks, I'm now jogging in between. So I'm
amazing.
Just slowly but surely getting better and better each week. And also going to like play areas with the kids. I don't just sit on the table and go, no, you go and play, because I'm embarrassed about how I look and that I can't fit on the slide. Mm-hmm. I'm running around, I'm going on the slides, I'm climbing the climbing frames, and that is just so big for me, because I'd always find an excuse like, as to why I shouldn't be doing it.
Sure.
So that's my 3 biggest things.
Amazing. It's changing everything.
I know. It's crazy.
Okay, so Becky, you've decided to stay with us for the next 6 months. So what's sort of your long-term goals now?
So I would say I've got maybe 2.5 stone that I want to lose.
Yeah, awesome.
Which I would say is definitely my goal for the next 6 months, is just to get this last lot off.
Yeah.
And just continue with my mindset, continue giving myself my time, definitely for pampering. obviously it's been hard this year with lockdown and everything.
Yeah.
But definitely next year I'm gonna make the most of it 100%.
Brilliant.
Get my nails done, maybe go on like a spa weekend with my friends, or even my mum, because it's my mum's birthday in January. So just booking things like that, which is all stuff that I'd avoid.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't want to be seen in a swimsuit, or wouldn't want to have like a full body massage because of the way I look.
Yeah.
So all things like that I'm definitely gonna start to take advantage of and treat myself.
Amazing. And you know, and you feel what you've learned over the 16 weeks, you're going to smash your goals in the next 6 months.
Yeah.
Yes.
Definitely. Yes. 100%. And it's like things like, if I feel like I'm having a bad day, or feeling like I'm going to have like a rubbish day of eating crap, it never happens, because I always remind myself of how far I've come, and or watch the replays, or go through my fitness app and my Trainer Rise app and go, well, why would I want to jeopardize that?
Definitely.
And then feel guilty straight after if I actually let myself eat that rubbish, which isn't going to make me feel any better.
Yeah.
So, and that would never have never ever entered my head. I'd be like, yeah, I'll just eat that McDonald's because I'm feeling rubbish, and that's going to make me feel even more rubbish, but what the heck. But now I don't do that. So that's just nuts.
Yeah, and I think I can imagine that now your mindset's changed. Like if you want a treat, you'll have it because you know that your habits have changed, your mindset's changed as well.
Yeah. It's like last night, obviously we had a birthday cake for Spencer.
Yeah. And
I made sure, no, I'm only having a little slice.
Yeah.
I've done well all day. But that was enough.
Definitely.
I actually felt full. Yeah. Whereas usually I'd devour half of the cake and then not give anyone else any of it.
Yeah.
And then probably still be like, well, I still feel hungry. But now I don't. Yeah. Because I know that what I'm eating is enough for me.
Yeah.
And I know I can have the odd treat and not feel guilty about it, and enjoy that treat. Definitely. But know that I can't overindulge.
Yeah. And I think what's happened is also your relationship with food has got better. So you're not turning to the food for the emotions. You know, we've both done that. It's more about, you know, my mindset's clear. Like you said, if I'm going to have this treat, I'm going to feel all right about it. And that's what it's all about, isn't it? Getting that head right.
Definitely.
Yeah. Awesome. Absolutely. Thank you, Becky. Yeah. Okay. So what kept you from joining Supermums sooner, do you think?
Well, I didn't really know about it, to be fair. And I think going through Facebook, I think I saw like some of my friends doing and advertising different weight loss shakes and all rubbish like that. And I just wanted to steer clear of everything that I had tried before. And what was it? I think I had typed it in on Facebook or even on Google. I can't remember what it was. But something to do with groups, like fitness groups, mum groups. Yeah. Something that I can feel part of a community where other people are feeling the same as what I am. Not just fad diet. You can lose this amount of weight if you just have this shake, which I have seen so much of, and it just never worked. Yeah. Never ever worked. Yeah. So then it popped up. So that's when I had liked it on Facebook. And then obviously we went from there and did the call. And and like I said, I just wish I had known about it sooner. Yeah. Maybe I think there's been, I don't know. I think my mindset was a biggie for me, not probably persevering in the past when I've been trying to do it myself. Yeah. But at the same time, I needed that guidance. I needed a mentor as such to understand my mindset and understand why my relationship with myself and food is so poor. Yeah. And it was, instead of, like countless times we've obviously mentioned, instead of making excuses for the reasons as to why you're putting up these barriers and giving all these excuses. You're actually holding yourself accountable and saying, no, the only person that can change all this is me.
Yeah.
And with all the other fad diets, you don't ever have that relationship guidance. You just say, right, you stick to this, you stick to that. If you take that at this time, if you take that at that time, then that'll work. And it doesn't.
Yeah.
It really doesn't. The amount of times I've tried it.
Yeah, I know.
And I'm like, but it's just nuts.
Yeah.
Absolutely
And you want,
crazy.
you know, like now, you know, you want to be this for the long term. This has got to be, and all of those things are just short term. So you're on the right path, Becky.
Yeah, definitely. And it's also things that, say, when that you just introduce to the kids, and it's not about dieting, it's about a healthy lifestyle for you and the children, and it's so beneficial to everyone. Like I said, me and the kids end up standing in my bedroom mirror telling each other what we love about ourselves and that we're gonna have a really good day.
Amazing.
And then it's Maddie jumping on the bed, Spencer doing flips off my bed, and it's just so positive in the morning that it just makes the day.
Yeah, definitely. And it's set your day and set their day, and that positivity, going to school like that, you know, they'll always remember those moments, Becky, and that's awesome that you're putting it into that's so amazing. Okay, so what exactly have you enjoyed the most about the last 16 weeks with Supermom's VIP?
I would say the community feel. I would say having those Facebook groups and having all the other mums sharing their experiences of how they are getting on, or what they've achieved, and having such a positive impact on each other. I just feel that I would say that that's probably the best thing out of this group, and especially the bonus workouts and the lives. It's just nuts, because I've obviously, with what I do in the weeks with work and then the kids clubs, in the past I would have probably said no, I'm not going to give myself time to do another workout. But now I'm like, yes, I can fit another one in, and I'm gonna do it. And it's just amazing. But I would say the best thing for me with Women Strong is how positive everyone is, and how everyone's cheering you on with your accomplishments. Even if you're not having a good week, there's just still so much positivity throughout the whole group. It's just mind-blowing, and it does really help. And
it's about reaching out, isn't it, when you're sort of feeling things happen, and us all having each other's backs, which, you know, we support each other, which is awesome.
Yeah, definitely. And that's why I like the weekly check-ins as well. Because obviously you can share your experiences with what's happened through the week. Some mums might have had the same experience as you that week, and you can share it with each other. I really love it. Really love it. And like I said, I don't think I could have done any of this without this group. So a big thank you.
You're inspiring, Becky. You know, we've supported, but you've done the work, and you've definitely, you know, you've taken on board everything that you needed to and followed through with it. So that's just awesome. Okay, so why would you recommend Woman Strong Supermom's VIP to another mum who might be on the fence?
I would say the reason why I would recommend is because you are on hand at any time. Anytime you're feeling low, you're always on the other end of the phone if you need to book in a strategy call. In the groups, you've got the support from all the other mums telling you to just push through it. And even at the start of the journey, you actually, when you explain the reasons why you're so deep in such a rut, you're helping, especially like with my experience, you've helped me so much find a clear path. Instead of it being all foggy throughout the way, and you've made me find a clear path, a clear headspace, and not just looking at it from a losing weight perspective.
Definitely.
You're about the whole introducing this as your new life, and for your family, and for the long term. And I think that is probably one of the biggest reasons why I would recommend Women Strong
Amazing.
to anyone that I feel would be struggling.
Amazing. Thank you, Becky. Okay. So do you have any other benefits you'd like to mention about Woman Strong in the last 16 weeks, or anything you'd like to add, Becky?
I would say definitely the live. And obviously, if I can't make a live, then the benefits are the replays, definitely, me being able to still be involved in those replays. I would say that's a big benefit. And I just want to say a massive thank you, because like I said, there is no way in hell that I would have been able to lose 40 pounds in 16 weeks.
I want to say it again, 40 pounds in 16 weeks, Becky. Absolutely awesome. Absolutely. And listen, you're very welcome. And, you know, you've been an absolute inspiration. You've literally taken on board the program. You know, like you said, we do coaching on a Monday and Wednesday night. You watch the replays and you've literally followed the program to a T, and when you do that, you can see what happens. The magic happens, and I'm super excited for the next 6 months as you're staying with us, and you know, bring that on. You know, you are going to smash these goals.
Oh, me too. I can't wait. Thank you.
Thank you. And Becky, thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thank you, and have an amazing rest of the day.
I will do, and you.
All right then, Becky, speak to you soon.